talent profile. Thank you for the fros, the suits, the short shorts, long shorts, the tats, and gotta be the shoes. Game 4. Wear it well. It's the NBA Finals.
What Mars says goes, right?
Yeah.
There you go. We're in Milwaukee where the Bucks are chasing their first title since 1971. Our next guest was the Finals MVP the last time the Bucks won the title. He's also, guys, just, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Hall of Famer, 6 MVPs, 6 titles, and the most points in NBA history. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, thank you so much for being back on with us. It was great having you a couple rounds ago in the playoffs. And I just want to get your weighing in now. The Bucks are trying to win a title for the first time since you were here. What do you think it would mean to the city of Milwaukee for that to happen?
Well, I think the Bucks are looking very good. They have figured it out a little bit, and that's all they needed to do. How to make all this work together smoothly. If they can continue to do that, I think they got a great chance of winning this in 6. You don't know what's going to happen. That's why they play the games, but the Bucks are looking pretty good.
Look, not many people know the game of basketball or have experienced it on so many different levels. Greatness. As you watch Giannis, is there something that you're seeing that the Bucks can do, either tweak or adjust, even something that you might have experienced in your career that might make things not only easier for him, but also for his teammates?
Yeah, I think so. They've got to learn how to blend their inside game and their outside game. And Giannis, who has a unique game where he can one end of the court to the other. And at some times, he's had plenty of games where he scored 30 and 40 points and they've lost. So, they've got to do it a different way where his effort is blended into something that works for everybody. The game that they won in Brooklyn, they were wonderful because they moved the ball around. A lot of different guys got wide open shots. They look like a great balanced team. And the more balance they show, I think the better they will do.
Kareem, Kendrick Perkins here. I wanted to first tell you that it's an honor being on being able to speak with you right now. Also, look, as a former big man that accomplished everything in the basketball world, your resume is longer than a holiday weekend. I want you to give me your thoughts and your on how these big men right now in this series are playing in the finals. I'm talking about Giannis and DeAndre Ayton.
Well, I think the role of the big man has evolved because of the 3-point shot. We finally got guys that taught players how to make the 3-point shot at a change the game. That's what's stretching the court now. So, you got guys that have to be versatile. You got big guys that got to be able to play out on the perimeter, and you got little guys that got to be able to do a couple things in the paint and help the big guys at times. So, the game is evolving, but it's great. It's great for the game. We here in Los Angeles, we have a center, Anthony Davis, that can hit the 3-point shot, but yet he can play with his back to the basket and protect the rim. That type of center, there's still room for him in the game, and I'm glad to see that.
Look, Kareem, you were, of course, the number 1 overall pick by the Bucks in the 1969 draft. But what a lot of fans don't know is that the Bucks and Suns had a coin flip that year to determine who would get that number 1 pick.
Yes.
Have you ever thought back on how that coin flip altered your life? You would have started your career in Phoenix, and how things would have been different for you.
Well, since I've retired, I've gotten to know Jerry Colangelo pretty well. And he took me through all the drama that day. And he says he remembers he watched the coin and it landed in the commissioner's hand with the head facing up, which meant that when the commissioner turned it over to put it on the back of his other hand, it became tails, and that meant that I was going to be a cheesehead.
It's a little bit different out in LA, in Milwaukee than it is LA. But I wanted to talk about Dave. You had an opportunity to do the show, aka Little Dicky. How was that? Because I got an opportunity to interview him, and his energy. He is the same person that you see on camera. That's the same way that you interview him. How was that experience doing that show with Dave?
Well, that was a lot of fun. You know, I wasn't aware of how popular he was with the rappers. And, you know, I've seen other instances of people who you don't think should be rappers, and they can rap. And he certainly, he fits that role. He can do it. So, you know, comes off very funny because of that. And, you know, I would encourage everybody that likes that kind of thing to watch it. It's a very funny show.
People should watch that, and then, of course, get into the archives, watch Airplane, watch the stuff you've done with Bruce Lee. It's rare for someone to be as accomplished as you are in one world, and then every time you dip your toe into that other world of acting, it is always a hit and so much fun, Kareem. We love when you come on with us. Please be with us again as we go through the NBA Finals here. We're thrilled to get your insight, and congratulations to your Milwaukee Bucks for winning Game 3. We'll have to see what they do in Game 4.
Absolutely, Rachel. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great day.
It's not going to be easy. You're going to get knocked down, eliminated, humiliated. MJ went through that. LeBron went through that. All those things is part of being great.
You cannot keep me down. Giannis punishing the Suns. Flex on him, Giannis.
We are built for this. The job is not done.
You cannot keep me down.
The jump is in Milwaukee, where the Bucks will look to tie the NBA Finals at 2 games apiece tomorrow night. And I am thrilled to welcome in our next guest, someone who has won over the hearts of the Bucks faithful, Mr. Bobby Portis. Thank you so much for stopping by, friend.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate you, and especially the way your team fought back after dropping games 1 and 2. What changed in Game 3 for you guys?
Just all the intensity, man. Knowing that it was going to be a, hard-fought battle, a game that we really, really needed to win. We didn't want our, all the guys didn't want to let the home crowd down. The Bucks fans do a great job of filling up files of form and, cheering us on. So, we didn't want to let those guys down at all.
What's up, Bobby? Big Perk here, man. I want to applaud you, man, for a wonderful season. But I wanted to ask you, describe your role to us, like, for as your role on the Bucks.
Just coming off the bench, bringing energy, being myself. The coaches and my teammates did a great job this year of just allowing me to be me. Just like the first time in my career, I was just allowed to just do what I do, and with no limitations. So just bringing some energy off the bench, bringing some scoring as well, and just being me, man. Just bringing that toughness to the team.
Well, the crowd in Milwaukee loves you being you. I want to play a quick clip from I'm telling you, listen to this, listen to them chant your name.
That foul is on Antetokounmpo. The cheer is Bobby for Bobby Portis, who has become such a fan favorite here in his first season in Milwaukee.
And by the way, Bobby, it was not just that. There was also an exchange you had with a young fan as you were leaving the court. It was just a high five. You only gave the kid a high five, and he looked as if he may never wash his hand again. I mean, he was just over the moon. Hearing the crowd chant your name, seeing this kid just be, I touched Bobby Portis. What is that like for you?
Man, it's crazy. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. People don't really make it from where I'm from. We have a couple pros, Joe Johnson, Derek Fisher, Cordis Williamson, guys like that. But we don't really have that many pros. And for me to be where I'm from and to make it to this stage, on the biggest stage, playing in NBA Finals, it was only a dream. But it's reality now, and it's fun, man. I think having my mom in the crowd is the best part for me. She gets to experience it all, too. So it's great, man. But it's really great.
Bobby, Richard Jefferson here. First of all, I want to say that's some elite company. Let's just not say Joe Johnson and Derek Fisher like those guys aren't legends. But Perk talked about.
I ain't saying it like that. Though.
Yeah, okay. I was like, you're like only a couple. I was like, man, those are legends. But Rachel wants to talk about that exchange with the kid. But the exchange that I want to talk about is more of the one that you got into with Jay Crowder. Now we understand the intensity, and that's where Perk was talking about your role. You understand your role. You bring that fire. Do you enjoy being in that position for the Bucks?
Yeah, for sure. It's just fun being able to be yourself on a daily basis. Where you work as hard as you do. As a basketball player, man, you sacrifice a lot, especially this year with COVID protocols, having to test 2 times a day and all those things. It's just a joy to go out there for the 2 hours that we play this game on the biggest stage to go just do what you do. I think all the coaches have done a great job of just telling us to do what we do best, and I think it's shown just throughout this whole playoffs for our whole team.
Hey, Bobby, I see that y'all been switching it up, y'all defensive schemes. 1 minute y'all in a drop, 1 minute y'all switching. I want to know what's your challenges on switching on to Chris Paul, and what is your mindset, and what you try to do to make him, keep him out of the paint or stop him from scoring.
Obviously, on Chris Paul and Devin Booker, you got to mix it up, man. You can't give them the same heavy doses of the same type of scheme all game long, because those guys will pick you apart. They'll figure out ways to get to the spots and things like that. So when I switch on Chris Paul and things like that, I just try to force him left as much as possible. Obviously, he's a low going right. If he get to that right hand, it's probably an 80-90% chance the ball is probably going to go in. So it's just different when he goes right. So just try to keep him left as much as possible. Trust my help and just listen to the defense behind me. Our team does a great job of communicating with one another.
The question I want to ask you is, look, you're in the middle of the NBA Finals, right? You have an opportunity to raise the trophy, to win a ring, but you also have like a player option. Do you ever think about that? How hard is it to stay focused on one goal and not look at the next? Like, hey, if we win this, I get the bag, or do I just kind of focus in on that? How difficult is that?
I think most guys they'll be lying, say they don't think about it, but with me, I just try to stay in it now. I'm at peace in life for the first time in a long time. I'm just content with my role, contented with life. I think the pandemic helped me out a lot. I got a chance to just go home and be around my mom and my little brothers, and they kind of just settled me down a lot more. I got to, just finally realize what really mattered to me most, and basketball was one of them. So I just prioritized it a lot more. But I'm just focused on trying to win a championship right now. We got 4 games to win 3 games, and it's only a dream to host it's the Larry O'Brien Trophy. So to be able to host that trophy is just one of my big dreams. I know I seen you guys hoist it, so I want to hoist it too.
All right.
Well, don't really. I would caution you against following Richard's example, because after he hoisted the trophy, he then immediately retired in the locker room and then had to unretire like a day or 2 afterwards. So just, I know you can get caught up in the moment.
Decade left at least.
I'm just saying that when you.
Hopefully, I got just another decade left. Hopefully.
I'm just saying, be careful about getting too caught up in the moment, because there is Exhibit A right there. Bobby, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you out on the court Wednesday night, and I'm sure we will once again hear those Bucks fans chanting, Bobby, Bobby, Bobby. We'll see you soon.
Let's go Bucks. Let's do it.